Early one morning the sun was shining, I was laying in bed, wondering if she's changed at all and one of her hair was still red. Her folks said our lives together sure gonna be rough. They never liked Mama's homemade dress, Papa Bank book wasn't big enough. I was lying on the side of the road with the rain falling on my shoes, headed out for the East Coast, Lord knows I gotta pay them dues. Getting through, tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to divorce. Helped her out of the jam, I guess. I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could and abandoned it out west. Split up on a sad dark night, both agreed to be the best. She turned around to look at me as I was walking away. Heard her say over my shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue. Tangled up in blue. Well, I had a job in the great North Woods, working for a cook as a spell. Never liked it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. So I drifted off to New Orleans, where I happened to be well employed, working for a while on the Fisher boat, docked right side Detroit. But all the while I was alone, and the past was close behind. Seen a lot of women, though she never escaped my mind, and the feelings grew. Tangled up in blue. She was working in that topless place, and I stopped in for a beer. I kept a looking at the top of her face, and the spotlight so clear. Later on, as the crowd thinned out, and I was about to do the same, she stood there in the back of my chair, said, "Hey, don't I know your name?" I muttered something beneath my breath as she studied lines upon my face. I must admit I felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces of my shoes. Tangled up in blue. She laid a burner on the stove, offered me a pipe. Thought you never said hello, she said, you look like the styling type. Then she opened a book of poems, handed it to me, written by the Italian poet from the 20th century. And every one of those words came ringing off and pouring like coal, pouring off of every page like it was written for my soul, from me to you. Tangled up in blue, I'm so off. Well, I lived with them on a Madigan Street, in the basement under the stairs. There was music in the cafes at night and revolution in the air. He started dealing with slaves and something inside of him died. She sold up everything she owned and froze up inside. And when the bottom finally fell out and I became withdrawn, the only thing I knew how to do was just to keep on moving on like a bird who flew. Tangled up in blue. Well, I got to go back again, I got to get to her somehow. All those people that we used to know, they're illusions to me now. Some are mouth musicians, some are carpenter wives. Don't know how I got it started, I don't know what they're doing with their lives. For me, I'm still on the road and I'm headed for the next joint. Never seen all from the same, we just saw it from a different point of view. Tangled up in blue.